What's going on, YouTube? So today I'm back with another drone video. So I've had this for about 2-3 weeks. Let's open this up and see how it flies. So I got this at Target. So this is a Ascend Aeronautics drone, and I got this one because the arms fold. So when you want to carry this around, this might just be a nice little drone to carry around, not be so cumbersome. And I kind of like the remote. It's kind of like a gaming remote. So this is the front of the box. It says ages 14 plus. Right at the bottom here it says outdoor use only. So we're gonna take this outside and fly it. Okay. So we got some little boxes there with some more information. You can pause the video to read those, but it's pretty standard features that most drones this size have. And here's a sticker of it folded up. And I think I paid $75 for this. So let's just say $80 with tax. And again, I got this at Target. And this is the ASC-2450 model. And this does have a camera, so it takes video and pictures. Okay, so that's the front of the box. It's a very nice looking box, as you can see. We'll take a look at the back now. Here's the back. Okay, there's a bit of information there that the company wants you to know. There's a remote. It's a 2.4 gigahertz remote, so it's great for outdoors. The camera is a 720p camera. Okay. And it does have a LiPo battery, so you gotta be careful. You gotta respect those LiPo batteries. Okay, so you can pause this wherever you want. Read in detail if you want. Alright, nice looking, like I said, nice looking box. Here's the bottom. And there's a little box right there with a bit of battery warning information. Made in China. Here's the top of the box. And there's the sticker. I haven't opened it yet. And the sides. Not much information on the sides. I'll show you the other side. Hopefully it's not too dark, but it's exactly the same. And there you guys go. So let me get a knife. We'll cut this open and we'll see what's inside. So give me a sec. Knife. Okay, there is some kind of adhesive right here. There we go. I'm going to try to slide this out. Okay, so it doesn't slide out very easily. Okay. I'm going to open the bottom half to make it maybe a little easier to open. There we go. Okay, so I opened the bottom. I ran into something. I'm gonna pull those out. Set this big box aside to show you what I found. Instruction manual, that's a plus. Okay. Okay, so we got a baggie of blades. Okay, and they are lettered. So this one's A2. So if you go to replace one of these, make sure you're replacing with the correct one. Little baggie of screws, and I believe that's going to be for the wing. When you go to replace a wing, say you drop a screw and you lose it, you got some extras, that's a plus. So you got some propellers in the baggie, and they give you a little screwdriver. That's a plus. I used to kind of get annoyed by these, but when you don't get them in the packaging, you kind of miss it. So I'm glad to see this again. Put that back for right now. So now in this bag, we have a charging cord and a battery pack. And I'll tell you what, that's a pretty hefty sized battery. So here's the charging cord. This doesn't seem to be the kind that has a light at the end of the cord. It just seems like a regular cord. So here's the charging cord, and that is about 2 feet long. So it's a decent size. We'll put that aside. And here is the battery pack. Like I said, this is a pretty good sized battery pack. And right away I do see a charging port. I don't see a light though, but oh, maybe that's it right there. But we'll see what happens when we plug this in. And I see some numbers right there on the battery pack. 3.8 volt, 1900 milliamp battery. So this is a pretty decent size battery. So here's some other bit of info. Hopefully you guys can see that. Alright, we'll put that aside. You know what, let's get this charging. Alright, so I'm going to plug in this battery and start the stopwatch. I'm going to see how long it takes the battery to charge. I know it's not fully dead, but it'll give us an idea how long it takes to charge. So here we go. I'm going to plug the battery in first and then start the stopwatch. There we go. So there is a red LED that turns on when you're charging, and we'll see what happens when it's done charging. So I'm going to put this aside and just try to pay attention when it's done charging. So alright, we'll leave that be and come back to it. Okay, I got the box back. I'm going to try to pull this out of there without destroying the box. So just give me a minute and I'll show you guys how I did it. I'll be right back. Okay, so I learned the trick how to take this kind of out without destroying the box. So the inside box is held on to this corner here, this flap. So what you got to do is bring those in, and once you get it to this point, then you can slide it through like so. So let me do this side. I'm going to pull the drone out as one, and I'll be back. Okay guys, there it is. Now out of the box, it does look like a pretty good sized drone. I guess that box kind of takes away from its size, but it's a pretty decent size. Here's my hand. I'm going to take the remote out first. We'll take a look at that and we'll go from there. It's a real phone, guys. No, it's a piece of cardboard. And here's the remote. It's a nice looking remote. The buttons are a red color. I know you can't see that, maybe. Try to get the light closer. So the face of it is black and it's got a symbol of what it does. But underneath you can see that the button is red. So hopefully when we put some batteries in the remote, we can see those light up. That'd be cool. So you got 2 sticks that work in every direction, some trim. Okay, and the top here, we got a stunt button, a speed button, so it must have stages of experience. And this phone clip is already installed, so no need to do anything. And it seems like you can remove it if you want. You'd have to stick something in here and pry like down. Let's see if I can do it with my nail. And I can. I unclipped it from the remote. And there you go. If you don't want to fly it with that clip on, you can do so. And we'll put it back. There you go. Clips right on. So the remote feels kind of light. Kind of plasticky, but not bad. Black, mostly black remote. It's got a gray, I guess, front face. So I see 2 battery compartments. That's kind of funny, but yep, 2. There's a screw on the caps, so let's get this going. Let me go find a screwdriver. There we go. Caps are loose. There's 1. And there's 2. Let me get some batteries and I'll be back. Thank you, Amazon. So these are AAAs. I'm not sure if I said triple. These are triple. Let's drop them in. Okay. There's 1. Okay, they're all in. Put those back. Okay, so what do you guys think? LEDs or no? I think so. Let's see. There we go. Blinking light on the top one. So at least we get 1. I didn't hear a beep or anything, so I'm guessing it's a light only type of remote. No sound. I'm going to turn it off. Oh, there was a beep. So it does have beeps and it does have light, so that's a plus. Put that aside and let's get this drone out and see what this looks like. Okay, so there's tape all over this box. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. So I think you gotta take this plastic cover off, or plastic holder, because there's some screws that are going through this plastic that are holding the drone in place. So let's try to pull this out as best as we can. There's some tape kind of holding it all together still. Trying to peel this off. There There we go. And those are the screws I was talking about right there. Okay, I think you just turn these counterclockwise. Alright, and I think those are tossaways. Okay. There's some what looks like tape. Okay, there's one. And there it is, guys. That nice looking drone. Looks sharp. Okay, it's got the camera right in front. It does move around. It's got a little antenna on the back here. It's nice. Very nice. It's not the heaviest drone. Hopefully the weight doesn't affect it outside. I know that when you put the battery in, it's going to add some weight, but yeah, it's not exactly heavy, but not the lightest either. So, all right. So let's try to collapse one of these wings. I just want to make sure I'm not going to break it and force it. Okay, that collapsed. To the front. Oh, nice. Clips into place, very nice. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Tell me that's not cool. Wow. Look at that. Small little package you could just carry around. Alright, so let's open this up. Okay, oops, sorry. So there's a button on the top here. Nice clicky button, easy to press. Okay, and like I said, there's the camera. So we got some lights on the bottom of the wings. And they look to be green on the front and red on the back. Okay, and there seems to be some lighting on the face of the drone, or the front of the drone. And some more lighting on the back. Okay, this one seems to be red. I'm guessing these are going to be white. So we'll see what that looks like once we get the battery going. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a nice looking drone. It's mostly black, flat black. And this top here is gray. It's all plastic. So it looks pretty nice. As far as size, let me see if I got a tape down here. Yes. So as far as size, from the middle of one propeller to the other, we have about 7.5. And from front to back, I'd say about 6 3/4. And as far as the body, how big is the body? Okay, we got about 6.5 inches and about 2.5 inches thick. So it's a decent sized drone. Hopefully it does a good job. And I can recommend this guy. So we're waiting for the battery to charge. It's still going. It's on 18 minutes and that's still red. So I'm gonna leave that be and I'll be back. Alright, so the battery's all charged up. You guys saw how long that took. That took a lot more time than I thought it was going to take. Usually they ship these out with some kind of power in these, but this must have been pretty drained. While I was waiting for that to charge, I did look through this manual, and I did see a couple things I did want to point out. First thing I want to say about this instruction manual is that it's very easy to read, and there is a lot of pictures to help you understand. Some people are more visual at learning, and they put a lot of pictures in this manual, so it's a big plus. There's a little bit of everything in here, and I believe they covered every base. So if you guys get this drone or any drone, read your instruction manual before you fly it. Okay, first thing I did want to point out is the charging time. So they're saying it's about 130 to 150 minutes, and once the battery is fully charged, you have about 15 to 18 minutes of flying time. Something else I did want to point out, I like it when the instruction manuals tell you what each button does. Alright, so this is something else I did want to point out. So this is the QR code you're going to need to install the app on your phone. So they give you both Apple and Android QR codes. So you just go ahead and open up your camera, get this in a frame, and then hit that square. So that's a nice easy way to find the app and get it installed on your phone. And one more thing I did want to point out as far as the camera. To take a picture, you just press down on that right stick and it should take a picture. And if you want to take video, you need to press and hold the right stick down, and that should start recording. Again, if you get this drone or any drone, you should read your instruction manual before you take flight. Just makes it a whole lot easier to learn how to use your drone properly or new toy. Let's get this out of the way. So the battery is fully charged. Let's get this drone out. And there it is. The way Aeronautics wants you to start this up is getting your battery, installing it in the drone first, starting it up, then pairing your remote to the drone. Let's do that first. There's the battery compartment. That part of the battery goes up, and you should be able to hear a click. There we go. So then you have an on button on the top of this drone. That turned it on, blinking fast. Turn on this remote. And then you have to bind it. So you got to go up, down, and that should be bound. All these lights stop blinking. So I'm going to turn everything off. I just wanted it to get to this point so you guys see how to bind the drone to the remote. But look at all these lights. They look very cool. Got some red LEDs in the back and some white in the front. That's very cool. Before I go outside, I do want to install this app, so let me get that going. I'm going to go ahead and install that. I'm not going to show you guys the process of installing it because it's pretty straightforward, but I will show you guys what the app looks like once it's on my phone before I go outside. So let me work on that a little bit, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I just want to show you guys the app. So the app, to me, I've already kind of played with it. It works perfectly. Very smooth, no glitches. Very easy to understand. I did record a couple videos and the drone seems to work fine. As far as recording and taking pictures, I will say that the video and pictures are very zoomed in, but the picture is not that bad. Let me just show you guys what this looks like. Let's start up the drone, start up the remote, bind it. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to go into my Wi-Fi settings and look for the drone Wi-Fi signal. Okay, I will say this. I wanted to point this out to you guys. So that's the name of the Wi-Fi signal on my drone, and it's got 8 numbers behind this name here. That's your password. So if you have this part of the drone name, those last 8 numbers are going to be the password that you're going to have to put in the password key. So once you do that, you should be connected to your drone. I'm going to go back into the app. Let's see if I can find it here. Here we go. Whoop. And once you open up the app, you're going to first want to set up. That should go pretty straightforward. Then you're going to want to hit start, record, and there's the signal. So this camera gets going real fast. Okay, so let's try to see if I can take a picture. I'm gonna try to show you guys something I can. Here we go. Okay, so let's try to take a picture. Here we go. Take a photo, and I'm gonna try to record. Okay. Now I did this already. I'm just showing you guys what this looks like. So you're gonna go into photos to look at the pictures. There's 2 pictures I did before. I did both of these before, and this is the picture we just took. Again, zoomed in, but you can see what I took a picture of. Here's the video of what we were just looking at. So it works. Again, very zoomed in, but it works. So let's take this outside, and we'll see how it does outside. But as far as this app, it works just fine. Oh, and if you guys wanted to see, you go to close this by accident for whatever reason, you can go back to it and it starts right up, as you can see. So this part of the drone or the app works pretty good. Okay, so I made it to the park, and it's kind of a windy day. There's 10-mile-an-hour winds, so you can kind of feel a gust here and there. I got the drone paired up to the remote, and I got the app opened up with the camera. So let's take off, and we'll see how this does. So there's 2 ways to take off. You can do it manually, or you can do it automatically. But first you got to unlock the propellers. So to unlock the propellers, you can either do it again manually or automatically. Automatically, you just push that land and take off button, and it'll take care of that itself. Or you can push both sticks down and in, and that should unlock the propellers, and you should be able to take off. I'm going to start off doing it manually, and we'll see how this goes. So here we go. Unlocked. I'm going to go up. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm looking at. Okay, one thing I did notice, my signal on the camera is gone. So I'm going to come back down, and I'm going to try to see what's going on here. Okay, so I'm going to try to restart this app. So we're still connected to the Wi-Fi on the drone. No signal. So I'm going to turn it off. Turn the remote off. Start this whole thing back up. Drone is on. Remote is on. Paired, and let's see if it found the Wi-Fi. Okay, Wi-Fi is on. Starting up the app. No video. Okay, so there's no video going, and I don't want to sit here and idle this battery too long and just kill it that way. So if I can't get this easily started, I'm gonna give up. So I do see that it's connected to the Wi-Fi, but for whatever reason it's not liking what's going on at the moment. Yeah, same thing. I'm gonna reset everything one more time, and if nothing works, I will give up on that part of the drone. Okay, so it's off. Battery on. Remote on. Paired. Kicking on the Wi-Fi. Okay. Paired up to the drone. And we got a signal. So here we go. We're going to take off manually again. Unlock. Going up. And as soon as I go up, the signal dies. Okay, I'm going to turn up the speed because there is a gust of wind that I kind of needed to lean more to fight some of this wind. So, okay, so my Wi-Fi signal came back. As you guys can see, I'm really fighting this wind. Not easy. Pulling back on that stick pretty hard to actually get it to come back to me. As as you guys can see there. Okay, I'm gonna face the wind. It's not the fastest. And again, we got 10-mile-an-hour winds, so it's gonna be fighting against that wind. Okay, so I still see a signal. I'm gonna press record, and I'm gonna try to take it a little higher. The wind died down a little bit. And I do notice that when you climb, the lights on the drone blink, and it also does that when you decline in height. You can see that they strobe, so you can see that it's coming down. Pretty nice. So this drone has 3 different settings as far as speed. It's got a beginner setting, and it has a intermediate and a more experienced setting. So there's 3 different options. I have it turned up all the way just so I can fight this wind a little bit, and it seems to be doing pretty good. Again, I'm trying to be careful here. This is a new drone to me, and I'm not sure how it will react, so I'm trying to be somewhat careful. I don't want to lose this thing right away. But so far so good. I still have a Wi-Fi signal, and it does pretty good when the wind is not so strong. It moves decently fast. So I'm going to bring it back, and I'm going to try to use the stun button, and that's my top right button. So I'm going to be, so let's hit it once. It should start beeping, and then I'm going to hit my stick on the right to choose a direction that I want it to stunt in. So here we go. I'm going to go beeping right, and it stunt just fine. So that flip was perfect. Let's try this again. Back. Oh. Let's try this again. Okay. So I tried to do a back flip and it didn't let me. I'm gonna try to do a left flip. Okay, so it does a left flip fine. I'm gonna try to do a front flip. Let's see what happens here. So it only does left to right flips for me. I'm not sure if that's caused by the wind or not, but I tried doing it and it doesn't want to respond. I'm gonna try it one more time. Front flip. No front flip, just side flips. Okay. And that stunt button only works when you go up in the speed or level. So if you're in the first speed or beginner speed or mode, that stunt button will not do anything for you. This thing is doing great. It's doing real good. And like I said, I'm fighting wind a lot. If I let go of the sticks, you can see that it's coming back towards me. It's trying to keep its place in the air, but there's just a lot of wind out here for such a light little drone. Comes back super fast. There's so much wind. But yeah, this drone is it's doing a great job. I still have a Wi-Fi signal. Trying to climb, but yeah, I'm not trying to get too crazy with it. I don't want to lose it. Again, there's a lot of wind. can see, it's really fighting to stay in place, but it's doing pretty good. We're gonna keep flying this until it dies or the battery runs out. I'm gonna take a picture. Let me see if it'll let me. I'm in record mode at the moment. Let me see if I can take a picture, and the way you do that is you press this right stick down. So you're gonna press, you're not gonna hold it or nothing, you're just gonna press it once and it should take a picture. Let's see if I can get something. Okay, I heard a beep, so I'm guessing it took a picture. I'm gonna bring it down. Okay, works good. Blades turned right off. You didn't have to hold the stick down. So let me take off using the auto takeoff button. Perfect. That works great. Now I'm gonna try to land the same way. I'm just fighting wind. Come back. Fighting a lot of wind here. Come on. All right, here we go. I kind of had to help it out. It was trying to stop, but there's so much wind that it's trying to control its position. So that works fine. I'll give it credit because it was trying the whole time. So auto takeoff works fine. Camera works good. I did notice that my camera feed stopped. Hopefully it comes back. But yeah, it's kind of stuck in a certain spot. I'm gonna stop it. Hopefully it comes back. Just keep flying this thing. See how long it flies around for. Let me adjust the camera. Okay, let's take off again. So let's take off manually. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna try to go kind of far. Doing a great job. Fantastic job. It goes really far. It was actually kind of hard to see. And again, I'm trying to be careful. I don't know I don't want any surprises. Maybe a gust of wind will take it somewhere I don't want it to go. Let's see how far I can go this way. Okay, so it seems like I made it to the end of the street, coming back, and it comes back real fast, and that's because the wind is helping it. Yeah, I'm very impressed. This thing is a great outdoor flyer. Great outdoor flyer. And it looks great. Very impressed. What can I say? And for the money, $80, you can't beat it. It's not the fastest, but it's very, very predictable. Look at that. That looks so cool. Battery's still going, and it's been up in the air for a good while. This is very fun. I feel the wind kicking up. Still doing good. Just got to be careful, guys. If you guys are flying anything outdoors, you have to pay attention to the wind. If you don't, you'll easily lose any drone or helicopter, whatever it may be. Wind plays a big factor. Look at that. That looks so cool. I'm going to try to make it past the stop sign. But it gets so hard to see. It's so far away. It's like small. Coming back. And it's coming back fast. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. This looks so cool. Wind's kicked up again. I'm gonna try to go straight up. I'm not trying to go real high. That's how most people lose these drones, is they get them right away and they want to see how high they can get them up in the air. That's never a good idea, especially on a windy day. That's really a bad idea. So it's at a pretty good height right there. As you can see, it's kind of all over the place. The wind is kicked up a little bit. I got some skaters over there. There's a skate park. I don't want to cause too much commotion, too much attention, but I will get closer to them just so I can see how the camera does. Okay, going back. I do wish it was a brighter color. Once it's up in the air and far, it's kind of hard to see. Oh, I think that's dead. Yep. Battery died, as you saw. It just landed itself. So I'm gonna try to take off. Yeah, it won't let me. So that's strange. I didn't hear a beep from the remote or anything. I didn't hear the drone beep at all. It just kind of came down on its own and turned off. So it's kind of weird, but either way, it did a good job. It flew just fine, and it was up in the air for a pretty long time. Very impressed. Very, very impressed. So I'm gonna take this back home. So let's get back to the hobby room and we'll go from there. So I'll be back. Okay everyone, so I made it back home and I'm just going to give you my final thoughts on this drone by Ascend Aeronautics, and my thoughts are positive. This is a great outdoor flyer. It was a windy day today and it did a good job. Now I did have to turn up the skill level to its highest setting to battle some of that wind, but it did a great job, and there was no issue flying this outdoors. As far as the camera, it works. The app is pretty stable. But as you guys saw, the image, for whatever reason, decided to kick out and didn't want to come back at one point. So, but that never changed the fact that it was recording the whole time, and it did take pictures when I went to go use this button here. So it works. Everything that they say it does, it does. It does do stunts, so it does flip left to right. The camera works. It flies outdoors. I wouldn't necessarily fly this indoors, and that's only because of its size. It's kind of big. You're going to need a lot of room to fly this indoors. So maybe if you have a very big area to fly it indoors, then I wouldn't think twice about it. But as far as flying it indoors, I would kind of shy away from that. But again, pay attention to the wind when you go fly this outside. It makes the biggest difference when you fly any drone outside. Another thing, when you go to charge this, don't just leave it unattended. Don't leave it on the charger for days. One of its little brothers, let me show you guys what I mean. So its little brother, the VA-1000, is kind of known for the battery going bad, and I believe it's because people may be leaving this battery charging overnight and killing whatever electronics are supposed to stop it from charging or overcharging. So don't leave this plugged in all night. Keep an eye on it when you're charging. I would just let that battery charge, unplug it, and you should be good. But as far as my experience with this drone, anybody can fly this. This is a great entry-level drone, very predictable, very inexpensive, and it does everything they say it does. So it's hard for me to frown upon something that does what it says it does. One other thing I did want to mention is the charging time on this battery. I think it was around 150 to 180 minutes to recharge. So that's kind of a long charge time. What I recommend doing is getting a second battery just to make it more fun when you're out there. It does fly for a long time, I would say around 15 minutes. So it gives you a decent flight time. It felt like a good time flying, but to have a second battery would be best. So if you had a second battery, you can be out there for a good half hour. So I did a quick search to see if anybody sells them. So you can pick up a second battery, have two for the day, take it out, have fun, and yeah, you'll get more enjoyment out of your drone. So I know this drone is not any kind of hobby grade drone, as to why I'm judging it the way I am, but it's a great entry drone. If you're getting into the hobby and you want to try it out, this is a great beginner, at least I think. Again, as long as you take care of the drone, you don't leave that battery or any battery charging overnight or for days on end, you should be good. So again, this is a great beginner drone. It's very inexpensive. This is a great gift to anybody, and yeah, give it a chance if you guys see it. So I want to thank everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.